Part 2 of how to paint the grapevine design on a glass jug. I'm starting with my PBO Porcelain 150 in Marseille Yellow. I shook it a little bit, I stirred it a little bit, I scraped the extra paint off back into the container, and then I wipe it just a sec. Last time I did this, I liked how it turned out. I started with the yellow and I did everything except for the purple parts, because the brown parts were going to have yellow highlights and the green parts were going to have yellow highlights. So I did everything except for the purple part. Let's see. And just, you have to make sure you're looking straight at it. And go over, kind of like doing a sketch to start. That gives you a base to work on. It's a little awkward trying to do it while holding the phone because I don't have the right angle. So I'll come back after I've finished the yellow. Okay, I've gone halfway around. I finished putting yellow all the way around. And you probably can't see it very well. Oh, come on, focus. There's, focus. There we go. There's yellow bridging this gap here. Here and here. This one I just sort of moved this leaf design over to connect to this side. This one I stretched the leaf a little longer, and this I just continued it through this section. And you can see that the yellow really stands out where you have the white of the paper, and it's very hard to see it where you've got the dark colors behind there. And that's one of the reasons we put the yellow on first, is that when we layer the darker colors on top of it, it won't be that noticeable. You can cover it up when you're adding your darker colors. So you leave it yellow where you want the highlights. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit and add a little bit more yellow in the places where I wanted to really have the highlights, so that it'll show up a little bit more when there's no white paper inside. You probably can't really see this very well, but I'm taking my yellow paint, come on, focus, and putting a little extra just in the areas that would be highlighted. So the parts that are, assuming it's sunlight coming down from above, upper parts of the branches and things like that. But it's hard to do while holding the camera because I don't have the right angle looking at the glass stuff, but I'll give you an idea here. So on this leaf, I would, oh, there we go, I would paint parts that are up high, upper parts of it, and parts that might stick out a little bit or flip facing upward. Okay, I just finished putting the second coat of yellow on. So the first coat kind of went over everything that would have yellow highlights. The second coat was putting extra yellow on the upper portions to, basically you're darkening the highlights, but in the end, compared to the other colors, it will be lighter. And then I need to let that dry thoroughly, so I need to wait like maybe an hour or two and wash out my brushes and come back with some other colors.